to another question, which is at what at what angle two forces at what angle two forces P plus Q and P minus Q act so that so that the the resultant is is square root 3p squared plus q squared. Um, as this question has stated that this p plus q and p minus q are forces, so we will have to assume that p plus q and p minus q is going to be the magnitude um, rather than the symbol of the force, since there is no vector sign or no arrow sign over the terms. If there was an arrow sign such as this would refer to p plus q as a symbol for the vector, whereas just writing p plus q with nothing generally refers to this being as a magnitude. So we have two forces, one is p plus q and the other is p minus q, and the resultant should be square root of 3p squared plus q squared. And the question that we have is at what angle does the two forces meet? So let's just suppose few things. So let's say vector, the magnitude of vector a be p plus q, the magnitude of vector b as p minus q, and the magnitude of the resultant be square root 3p squared plus q squared. And we know that the value of the resultant, the magnitude of a resultant, is given by the formula of square root a squared, so a will be p plus q squared, plus b squared, which will be p minus q squared, plus 2ab, so a will be p plus q, whereas b will be p minus q cos theta. And theta is the angle that we need to find, so theta is the angle that we need to find, since theta is the angle between a and b. So we have this, and this is under the square root. Also, we also know the value of r, so I will also change this, and the value of r that we know is 3 square root 3p squared plus q squared. So now if we square both sides, we get 3p squared plus q squared must be, so let's expand this, which is p squared plus 2pq plus q squared. This is just the formula of a plus b whole squared, which will be a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. And also p minus q can be taken as a minus b, so it will be a squared plus b squared, so q squared, minus 2ab, so 2pq. And this part can be taken as the form of a plus b, a minus b, which is a form that you will find in math, which is actually p squared minus q squared. So this simplifies to this cos theta. Also, we squared both sides when we got to this step. Now let's just let's compare everything. So we have 3p squared plus q squared. Let's see what p squared, there is 2p squared over here, so let's add 2p squared plus 2pq minus 2pq will cancel each other out, so this will cancel this out, and we have q squared plus q squared, that will also lead to 2q squared plus 2p squared minus q squared cos theta. So let's just take this part and subtract it from here. So subtracting both sides by minus p squared and minus q squared, we will get 3 minus 2 will lead with me just p squared, and 1 minus 2 will leave me with minus p squared. This will be minus q squared, and here there will be 2p minus q whole square, I'm sorry, p squared minus 2 bracket p squared minus q squared, with a parenthesis, cos theta. And as you can see, there is p square minus q square. Here also there is p square minus q square, and these two will cancel each other out. So this will cancel each other out when we are dividing both sides by this. So now we have cos theta to be 1/2, and we know that cos theta is 1/2 only when cos is 60 degrees, um, which means our answer of what is the angle is going to be 60 degrees. So let's just talk about a few facts that you must know when attempting this question. um, One question that you might have is, why can you cancel p square minus q square? Couldn't it be a case where this term turns out to be 0? So if, let's say, I'm trying to say is that p square minus q square, if it is 0, this operation cannot be done, so we can't divide both sides by p square minus q square, and so this has to be this. But the question is, why can we do this? We can do this because we know that p plus q is gonna be a positive number, so it's gonna be a positive number, and whereas p minus q is the only thing that can lead to 0. So if p minus q is 0, this is gonna be 0, or if not, this is not gonna be 0. So the fun fact about this is, we know that b is not gonna be a 0, since the resultant is not 0. So as you can see, the resultant is not, what I'm trying to say is, um, this is not gonna be 0. So vector b is not gonna be 0, if you understand what I'm saying. Vector b can't be 0, because of the resultant and a and b. So if you just put into the formula, you can try this as a practice problem to understand why it can't be 0, but given the conditions, the b can never be 0. So if b was 0, that would create some problems. That's why b cannot be 0, since if b were 0, what would be the angle thing? So you can't ask what angle it could be. That's why we are considering that p minus q, or p square minus q square, is not equal to 0, if that makes sense. So I think that was it for today's video. In the next video, we are going to talk about another question. So till then, bye bye.